Welcome to the first episode of Drinks with Dee, where we're going to make a new cocktail every week. We're going to try to be seasonal with them, but sometimes we're going to deviate from that for special occasions. Today, we're going to make a very fall-inspired apple cider martini. So first thing to remember is cooking and mixology are very similar. You want to use fresh ingredients. They don't have to be the most expensive ingredients, but they do need to be fresh and quality ingredients. And also, don't be afraid to deviate from the recipe to suit your taste. This recipe I got from delish.com. It calls for apple cider, vodka, and butterscotch schnapps. I like to just layer on the flavor where I can, so I'm using salted caramel apple cider, vanilla vodka, and the butterscotch schnapps. Now, if that is a little bit sweet, so if you like your cocktails a little bit less sweet, then just use the regular cider and the regular vodka. Another thing to remember is when you're making a drink that's not going to have ice in it, you want to be sure and use a chilled glass because we Americans like to drink chilled drinks. So I've had this martini glass chilling. You can keep them in the freezer, or you can just put some ice or ice water in it right before you're ready. So I've had this chilling. So right now I'm going to prepare my martini glass. So when I have my cocktail ready, I can just dump it in there and serve it. So we're going to dump out this ice. And then we're going to dip it in the caramel syrup so I can get the cinnamon sugar mixture to stick to it. And this is 1 part cinnamon, 1 part sugar. Doesn't really matter about how much, as long as they're equal parts. I used a tablespoon of each. So now my martini glass is prepared, and my shaker is about 2/3 of the way full of ice. We're going to use 2.5 ounces of apple cider. So what I have here is a measurement. The big side is 1 ounce, the small side is 1/2 ounce. And I've got a napkin here because it can get messy. So we've got 1 ounce, 2, and then 1/2. You see, I get a little bit messy. Then we're going to put in our vodka. You don't have to have these, but it makes pouring it a lot easier. So we want 3 ounces of the vodka. And if you're thinking to yourself, this is a stiff drink, yes it is. But at least the butterscotch schnapps is just mostly a liqueur, so it doesn't have a lot of alcohol content in it. So there is our 3 ounces of the vodka, and we're going to use just 1 ounce of the butterscotch schnapps. So then we're going to pop the top on our shaker right there, and you're going to shake it, and you're going to shake it until it's cold, cold, cold. And when you think that you've shaken it enough, you keep shaking it. Shake it until it gets so cold you can't even hold it anymore. Some people even say let there get frost on the side, and if you look, you can see a little bit of frost on the outside there. So I think this one's just about ready to pour up. So we're going to pour it in here into our prepared martini glass. Isn't it pretty? In our pretty little glass. And then garnishing just like your food. You eat with your eyes, you drink with your eyes first too. So you always want a beautiful little garnish. So float that apple right on top there. And when I'm sipping a pretty cocktail, I like to wear some pretty shoes. These are brand new. They are Vitz Camuto. They are from Italy, and I love them. They were my statement pieces today. So I hope you come back next week and look and to see what kind of cocktail we have for next week. Until then, cheers.